Welcome to our special update of the 520. I'm Steve Nunez.
And I'm Marty Mata IV. Thanks for joining us. And with so much going on in Tucson sports this week, we're giving you an update on the latest news surrounding basketball coach Sean Miller.
A lot to talk about. Let's get right to it. So Sean Miller is on offense and is off the hot seat. And yes, he is still the Wildcats head basketball coach. Miller, stone-faced and defiant, faced the media and emphatically denied ESPN's report. He discussed paying $100,000 to pay then top recruit and freshman DeAndre Ayton to play for Arizona. Take a listen.
While I have done nothing wrong, I am responsible for our men's basketball program, and I am sickened that we are in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. I have never arranged or directed payment or any improper benefits to a recruit or prospect or their family or representative, and I never will. Let me be very, very clear. I have never discussed with Christian Dawkins paying DeAndre Ayton to attend the University of Arizona. In fact, I never even met or spoke to Christian Dawkins until after DeAndre publicly announced that he was coming to our school.
Now we know he denies those allegations of having that $100,000 phone conversation, but should his word be taken as gospel?
At this point, it has to be.
Right.
And I can tell you what, I, for one, can believe him. I'm honestly proud, and I'm surprised that he's taken it this far to publicly just outburst about the entire situation.
I will own up to it. I did call for Sean Miller to be fired. I'm not going to back off of that because at the time, okay, purely raw emotions, and I was devastated. So that was just my emotions and me talking at the heat of the moment because that's how I felt, and I own that. But the beauty about being able to express that is that the 520, this is our show. It's about opinions. We can express that. But let me walk a little thing back just to remind you a little bit. At the same time, I also said what would quash all of this is for Miller to get in front of the camera, flat out state, I did not have that phone conversation with said agent.
Do you still feel this way?
Well, guess what? He went in front of the cameras and he said exactly what I had suggested.
Does Sean Miller deserve to get fired?
At this point, I got to give him credit. And okay, so I'll eat a little bit of crow on this. I got to give him credit for coming forward and being able to face the cameras in such a difficult time and face his team. And so, you know what? No one could be happier for the players, for the team, and for the program than me. I'm a diehard Wildcat. And so if Miller were to get fired, okay, his loyalty and his team colors change. My team colors stay the same. I'm diehard Wildcat 24/7, baby.
I got
That's how I roll.
One more question before we move on. I just got to ask you, what fuels that answer? Is it more support for Sean Miller or is it more support for the Cats?
It's more support for my Wildcats, period.
So there's no support for Sean Miller?
I have support for Sean Miller, but not more than I do for the players and for the program and the university as a whole.
It now appears University President Dr. Robert Robbins, UA Athletics Director Dave Hickey, and the Arizona Board of Regents is doubling down by standing by Miller. Here's what they had to say during a meeting to his future.
He has been forthright and he's been willing to answer every question, and let me tell you, there were a lot of very tough questions that I posed to him, and I believe that he was forthright in answering those questions.
Steve, is the university doubling down on Miller's word? What do you think about this?
Darn right they're doubling down because they're taking his word, as we just discussed, as gospel, okay? Something must have happened within the last 24 hours because, again, Arizona, the Board of Regents, they were all talking about his contract and what they were going to do. And everybody came out, every journalist came out, everyone started speculating. Look, it was attorney for the state and U of A versus attorney for Sean Miller at that point. Something changed.
I thought that was the only sour grape in a fresh vine with this entire scandal, was that it took them nearly a week to get this entire statement out, for administration to release their support for Sean Miller.
Okay, so we talked earlier about my support for the university. Guess what? Arizona and the University of Arizona and Arizona Board of Regents, they were actually on the same page as I am, okay? Thinking about the university first and its image. Scholarships, lost sponsorships, lost tickets, lost revenue.
Lost support.
Lost support.
I want to give them a pat on the back that they actually want to support their head coach. They want to support their employee through this entire thing.
We were all critical of them because it took too darn long. And they could have came out and stated, hey, we stand behind Miller. But they didn't. The lawyer, outside counsel, actually defended Ayton and cleared him and made sure adamantly that he was eligible.
Of course.
No mention of Miller, so something changed. All right, well, Miller definitely denied he arranged a payment to a recruit, but lost in his lawyered up statement is the following.
I also want you to know that the one time that someone suggested to me paying a player to come to the University of Arizona, I did not agree to it. It never happened, and that player did not come to the University of Arizona.
In my opinion, that soundbite right there just went over everyone's head because everyone got excited. Everyone started tweeting, oh my God, Miller is staying.
And he's fine, and yeah.
And they got it, you know, they lost track of that one statement. Maybe, obviously he denied not having a conversation over the now the famous $100,000 phone conversation, but he admits there was some conversation in the past with someone who suggested paying a player, maybe not Ayton, who knows?
Could have been anybody. But I think my two questions about this entire thing was, one, who let him say that? And two, why did he feel it why did he feel necessary for it to even bring up?
And that's where I say, slow your roll, people. We are just, you know, we're just taking this report and saying, okay, it means nothing anymore. We still don't know. We still don't know what's in those wiretaps.
Of course. It'll get released to the defense, and then we'll find something out there.
Yep.
But the new million-dollar question is, should Sean Miller and the university sue ESPN? The mothership's Dick Vitale tweeted the following: Miller will coach at a players program. I guess Pres Robbins will stand by his man. Have one for Presfax Miller's assistant. Indicted, yet head coach still coaches at the NCAA. Said the head coach must be accountable for his staff. The soap opera's not over.
What the heck is going through Dick Vitale's mind? I mean, he can't even tweet something that's, you know,
incoherent. I think it sort of represents the entire, the little community that's still anti-Sean Miller at this point. After discredited story after discredited story, there's still those few that have to stand by themselves.
ESPN is reeling right now. Dick Vitale was extremely vocal when ESPN released its report Friday, also calling for Miller's firing, and he spent, what, 2 games just blasting Miller. And then to release something like that incoherent, is absolutely ridiculous. Not a mention about Coach K, who was named in Yahoo Sports report that was released Friday morning, which ESPN then released its report and got ahead of Yahoo Sports report. But in that report, Carter Jr., who plays for Duke, did take money. And Yahoo Sports showed a ledger that he took money. So the point of the matter is, why would Dick Vitale ignore that, but then go after Arizona? Well, that does it for our special update. I'm Steve Nunez.
And I'm Artie Mata IV. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at the 520 Tucson. Bear down, Cats.
Bear down, baby.